Welcome back to PM of the Trigger on this extended weekend. Many people still enjoying the holiday weekend, back to school shopping in full swing, and life is all good once again. Yes, it's the Trigger, Rich Bontrager, back again at 2 p.m. live to help you shine on camera, shine on stage, and to help you elevate you and your brand authority. And I don't know what you did this weekend, but I had a blast. But I also spent time working on better optimizing my website, checking the maintenance, kind of like popping the hood, digging inside of it. It's a little bit of fun. It's a lot of bit of work. There's a lot of other things that I probably could have done with my weekend, but it was also great to roll up the sleeves and get in there. So let me ask you, when was the last time you got in and really got into double checking and looking what's optimized, what's not optimized? How's your SEO is holding up? What about broken links? Have you ever gone back to your website and realized, oh, there's a broken link, something got updated, changed, and you didn't know how much traffic you were losing? That's all real stuff. And I'm going to give you 3 SEO and website element tips to help you really get it back running again. There's much, much, much more. As always, drop me a line, rich@richbontrager.net and rich@richbontrager.net. We'll help you out with some of this. Now, I am not a website SEO expert. I use Wix by full confession. I love Wix. It's very drop and drag. It's very easy. I'm a visual creative person myself, so I like to get in there and play sometime. But this weekend, I really got into the behind the scene guts as well. So I'm going to share screen a little bit, talk you through some of the things that we've got cooking here, what might help you and what might not. But you may not realize how much your website is hurting you right now. Your website should be helping you. Your website is part of the gateway to connect to you. Check out your services, check out who you are, what you do, how well you do it, showcase your podcast, your streaming talk shows. You need to make sure this is rocking really well. And if you are not the person to do that yourself, you need to get a VA. You need someone on your team. They need to regularly go in and pop the hood and take a look at what's going on behind the scenes. So this is really important stuff. And the number one thing you want to start with this year, I think more than anything else right now, is you do want to go in and enhance the security of your website. Security integrity is really important. There's a lot of people out there playing silly games. I'm going to call them silly games, but they're jeopardizing your business. They're finding ways to crack the code, to get inside, and you're going to want to go in and enhance your security. Passwords are always important. So what's your login, what's your passwords? If you have areas that it's private community information that is not for everybody, make sure those passwords and those gateways in are still operating properly. If you need to do an update, go in there, check those things, and let all your community people know, here's how things are going, here's a new security update, and they'll actually like you for doing this. Because as they engage, as they share posts, as they get more involved at your community through your website, they're going to want to know, am I safe? So security on your website is a huge thing right now. Oh, so Aaron, great to see you dropping on in here today. Can't afford the website right now. There are free website companies out there that will give you. Wix is free. Doesn't have all the bells and whistles, but it gives you a lot. They will leave a watermark. It's self-advertising for Wix. That's how I first started out, by the way. I started off by just using Wix. I started off with other websites as well. Some of them don't even exist anymore. But I started with the watermark. I started with that little scrolling ad down below just to get going. So there are opportunities out there. Again, Wix is very drop and drag. You've heard me before, Aaron. I do some sessions once in a while to coach and teach this stuff, but I'm not the deep genius of this. And there are a lot of YouTube clips and other things out there to help people like yourself jumpstart. Explore, look for those free offers that are out there. I have a Wix website as well. Vivian King, great to see you dropping on in here today, Vivian. Yeah, Wix works really well, doesn't it, Vivian? And no matter what level you're at, and I'm going to show screen here in a minute to kind of demonstrate some of that, but you can roll up your sleeve. You can go in the back end. If you are a visually driven person, I think Wix is a great platform to start. because you really can build it out the way you want to build it out. Now, when it comes to that security enhancement, I first started to talk about point number one, this might be an area you might need some help. Now, you might be able to do a trade out, work with someone that knows this a little bit better, but there are areas that you need to work on security. So there's no hacking. If you have a sales bucket or a sales card on your website, check the security, make sure it's being maintained. Wix happens to send updates regularly on some of the bugs, the fixes, the changes, or upgrade opportunities. Your platform may do the same thing. So look at those opportunities to help you out. Now, number two is going to be improve the user journey. The user journey has radically changed since websites first began. And I'm going to share in just a moment here to show you some of the things I've done to make it easier, different. And woohoo, there he is. Look at that. Aaron's having a good time hanging out with us tonight. We love it. So the user experience. So let me show you something here as we go and share screen. Bring that in my website, recently updated. And I'm doing this also show you the journey, but also behind the scenes. We're in the Wix editor right now. This is where I go to update change. This is brand new banner work I just did this weekend with a nice smiling lady, media coaching, executive media training. I went through all my banners, and as you go through, part of the customer journey is consistency. You want people to know it's you, know what pages are on, know what information, but they don't want to click forever. So what I have done is this is an explanation page of some of the work I do overall. So why do you need a coach? Simple text, very clean, very easy. These are some of the topics we cover. So I've got different topic cubes. Now, some of these lead to other pages. Some of them are just information to have people look at. And then down at the bottom of every page now, I've made this so easy for users. They don't have to flip back and forth and figure out what I do overall. I've made custom plans. The word custom plans is all over the website now. And we're going to help you make your custom plans. And I have a lot more book a call buttons, big buttons. I call them smash buttons. And you just smash the button, book a call, do that. Or you go to my calendar. Very simple, clean, and call to action oriented. You want people to be thinking this way. And let's see who we got here. Aaron, there we go. I'm proud of you, Vivian. There we go, Aaron. Always supporting. We have a very supporting community here. So this is part of the customer experience. Now, if I'm on the actual website, if we go to one of my other pages, I'm going to show you the executive presentation page. Again, banner, different image. It tells you you're on a different page, but the customer experience is very similar. Very, very similar. And again, some more smiling graphics, information. And this block is a reoccurring theme. I have on all my pages now, basically. This block shows you some of the key elements I'll be coaching and teaching and working with you with. And then here we go again, down to this same ending. And these are all hot links. Each one of these is a hot link. That's a hot link. So the customer journey is very simple and clean. Don't clutter them up. Now, number 3 is you're going to want to optimize this for the best experience you can have. Now, optimization can be done in many different ways, and part of optimization is the graphics and video. Those are two of the biggest things that will drive people to your website. You want to optimize them for Google search engines and other areas to find you easily. So when you get into this is where you really have to go in the back end. I know many of us, and I'm guilty of this too. I've done this many times. I'm in a rush making a change, and I upload a picture, I upload a video, and I forgot to put the meta tag. I forgot to put the description in there. I forgot to give recognition to who worked on that project. And we miss that stuff because that's what Google's looking for. Google wants you to clarify behind the scenes, not on the graphic itself, keep the graphic clean. Behind the scenes, they want to tell you what's going on. So back to sharing again, and we're going to take you back into the behind the scenes work here. So right now we're on the executive media presence page. These little buttons here bring up a sub menu of things. One of them is SEO basics. Now Wix can go deep and deep and deep. Again, I'm not that guy, but I've done enough. So my executive title here, my home page, it always drives off the home page. A brief description of what every one of my main pages is. So have a brief description. Doesn't have to be long. And it can be very much the same, because you do want to have the name of your company, who you are, what your service you offer, maybe a contact number. Cut and paste, cut and paste, cut and paste, but change it for each of your pages. Google likes repetitiveness, and they like a clear pathway for an easy experience for you and your people. Now, from there is an advanced SEO. I won't go into that, but social media. Here's what I was talking about. So this is the graphic. If I go post on LinkedIn, on Facebook, on Twitter, this will be the graphic for this page. If I share this page out, you will see this graphic as the one to grab your attention. See down below here, if I go to Twitter, I'm using the same picture over at Twitter. And there's a brief description with the meta tag that tells you what it is. And here again, this is giving you a little description of what's going on. This is where your consistency starts to come in of building things out. Now, back to the website, because now that's a little bit of behind the scenes. I do want to take you to one more site here. Let me see if I got the right page for 1 second. Yes. So here's a picture of me in action on stage. This is my public speaking page. Right here under the little daisy wheel, under the flower, whatever you want to call it. For this picture, I click on that. And now I have to give, here's the picture. Does it have a link? Is it jumping you someplace? Make sure the link is working there. Or what is this? I was speaking at the Ignite conference on stage. You can put anything you want there. Trigger speaking on stage. Aaron speaking on stage. Vivian doing a great book gig. Well, whatever you want to do, put that there, and that will drive traffic when people are sniffing out public speaking. Public speaker. If people know your name, they're going to look for you. Put your name in there. This is part of the goal that many people miss when they're building their website, sharing the links, and they get broken, they get lost. And you want to make sure that you're doing this in a way that always drives people back to you. Aaron's jumping in here for a 6. I can see Wix as the paid sponsor for Rock the Stage. Aaron, I would love that. Anyone help make that deal happen? You're going to be my new best friend, at least for a week. But but these are some of the things you want to think of when it is optimizing. What I did this weekend was not necessarily fun, but I went through all of my pages, same font size. If I was doing a picture quote like this, same style. I uniformed it. Why? For customer experience. They don't want to be overly stimulated and lost. Yes, make it classy, make it fun, make it look cool, make it look like your brand, but make it an easy experience. Because again, every page, here we go. We're going to see some friendly faces, speakers, and then you're back down here in my little waffle. Different things I offer for speakers. So I change every one of the waffles, but you see, it's very much the same. Is this helping? Is it making sense? Give me an attaboy. Give me a smile. Give me a like. Give me a share in that chat. Let me know if this is helping you out today, because it is so hard for reaching out to me to update my website. People can find me. Do you recommend I work with them? Vivian, great question. We all get inundated, and I do mean inundated, with I'm an SEO expert. I'm a YouTube expert. I can help you get to 10,000 people on Instagram. We all get them. A lot of them are foreign. Nothing wrong with that. But you need to research, check them out, but don't waste your time on everybody. I would rather go with a recommendation of someone you trust. Save yourself a lot of time, a lot of headache, and potential scam, or someone cracking the SEO. But you probably want to go with that one and say, hey, do you know somebody? Do you have a VA? Is there a company that's better than less? Did you have a bad experience? Ask them if you have a bad experience with somebody. That will take them off the list really fast. But those are great questions that you want to dig into before you open up. Aaron's got WordPress. A lot of people are using WordPress. I tried it. My head blew up. I couldn't keep up with it. So I stayed right there. Yes, plenty of plugins. Wix has a lot of material that you can plug and play with. Many of them do now. But what I want to stress here today would remind yourself you need to take time and go check your website. Go through every link. I actually have a book, and I wrote down the pages, and I have check marks. Did I check the image for the SEO? Did I make sure the phrase was right? Did I have the right widget on the right page? I went through all my pictures that are clickable, all the links that are clickable. And you go painstakingly slow to make sure you're not missing anything. And one of the biggest and most important areas is that original landing page, your very first home page. I'm going to go back here for a minute because I want to take you in behind the scenes, because you want to make sure that that is showing up extremely well, because the front page drives everything. So let me get the window out of the way here. So everything you do on this front page, you need to reflect on your sub pages somehow. And this has completely been redone. If you go to the website, check it out. That's cool. That's fine. But if you go back in here again, I'm going to take it back to SEO one more time, because this is where on the front page, you need to designate it is the home page. And it takes a while, depending on what platform you are, but you may need to have that pathway. So everything else of mine funnels off of that. So once you set it up, make sure, and this is where links get broken, these are where things go bad, is that your front page somehow becomes not your front page. You're working on another page and that becomes your front page, and you don't know why your storefront. You may want your storefront in the front. Great. You may want a welcome video there. You may want a sales pitch. But sometimes we click, we move, and we forget to go double check things, and we wonder why the traffic's not coming the way it's supposed to come. That's just a scratching the surface here a little bit on working with maintenance. There is so much more. I'm going to be doing a blog post on this, the new enhanced blog post experience with Rockstage Media. And I'll be doing some things in the newsletter about this as well, because it's bad to lose traffic, to lose ground, simply because we haven't checked under the hood for a while. Here we are, first of the school season, kicking off the new fall football season. What a better time to go in, do a maintenance check, make sure things are going. And one other thing, check and see if your website can be language enhanced for international searches. I just found that on Wix. It's been there a while, but I haven't studied up on it. But I just learned that with a click of a button and a couple little notations in there, you can make it so when people are in France, Europe, wherever, they can switch it and learn and read about you in their own native language. That's a game changer. But you don't know those things unless you're going to check and getting involved with that. One final comment coming in here for Aaron. If you ever use Fiverr, you can get a high-end SEO maximized website for $255. There you go. Tips right from Aaron coming in here. So check these things out. Look around. And as always, if you have a question, contact me, rich@richbontrager.net. That's rich@richbontrager.net. Or if you want to need some coaching, consultation on some of this as well, simply go to Rock the Stage Media or hit this QR code right here. Hit that QR code, and that will take you to the blog. Hit the wrong one, trigger. Good day. There you go. That's one you want. Get a free consultation, and let's connect and talk about where you're at, what's going on, and do you need a little maintenance help, a little TLC to stay on track with your website. We're always here to help you shine on camera, shine on stage, elevate you and your brand authority. That's going to do it for today. It's a Trigger, Rich Bontrager. We'll see you back here at 2 p.m. live at 2 p.m. Eastern Time.